Reliance on emergency handouts in our region is on the rise, according to fresh figures from the UK's biggest Foodbank network.
The Trussell Trust, who operate more than half of registered food banks, distributed a record number of emergency food parcels between April and September this year.
Well, the charity says the cost of living crisis continues to squeeze household budgets hard and that welfare payments are still falling well below the price of essentials. Nick Smith reports.
Here at this food bank in Bradford, volunteers are preparing for a busy winter. They've recorded a significant increase in people needing support in the area in recent months, especially with food inflation prices remaining high.
So we are seeing a really big uplift of the number of people that need our services at the moment. So we're up to about 1,500 people a month that we're feeding. This year we've seen a much bigger increase in the numbers of people that we saw last year, and then we always have a big uplift in the winter. So the rest of the year sort of feeding about 1,200, 1,300 people, but now in the winter it's gone up to about 1,500.
Demand for emergency parcels has seen a sudden jump in our region, with the Trussell Trust distributing approximately 112,000 food parcels between April and September. That's a 26,000 increase on the same period last year. And they now have a record 103 food banks operating across the Yorkshire and Humber region. Sharon Spice went onto Universal Credit after losing her job as an administrator. But in the 5-week wait for her first payment, she was left with no choice but to turn to food banks.
I never thought that it would come to me having to find a food bank, use a food bank, and also borrow from friends and family. Benefit systems is supposed to be a safety net, it's supposed to cover your bills and your basic essentials. So I was quite shocked when I realised that Universal Credit didn't cover my basics. My dietary requirements changed, my electricity went, and I couldn't afford my basics, even down to like your personal hygiene items.